Guys, how are we doing? So I can't get too close. I've got boxes everywhere. So I think I've said it previously, emptied the storage unit, and all of my stuff is sort of back. And yeah, just life getting in the way of hobbies at the moment. But I thought I'll do a pickups video now, otherwise it's just going to be so far off since I got this stuff. And it's that disorganised. I can't actually remember everything that I've got. I've tried my best to remember. So, bear with. Most of it's modern. But there are some other little bits and pieces in there. So, we'll start off. So, I got this from Play Asia. This is No Place for Bravery. Not played it. I had a couple of hours to play it in a cafe that I go to on a Saturday morning sometimes. But there's not really any internet there, and I put this in and it wouldn't run without a connection, annoyingly. I think it needed some sort of update or something, so yeah, highly annoying. So I've not actually played it yet, but I will get around to it. I'll show you guys the back super quick. It looks a lot of fun and right up my street, so yeah, hopefully get a chance to play it at some point. So the next one I got Destroy All Humans, still sealed. I played it on the PS2 and it was only a £5 on, I forget what website it was now, in the January sales or whatever. So yeah, got that. And I also picked up, the reason I was on that website, been a massive, I'm on a massive Tetris blast at the moment, and this was only £6. So I got this as well. I think it might be 2-player, so maybe have a crack at this with the missus. I'll probably regret that because she's really good at puzzlers. But yeah, not played Tetris that much, and then been playing it loads. Tetris 99 on the Switch. Loads of fun, but I'm terrible. But yeah, so I'll pick this one up as well. I think the rest might be Christmas presents. No, I tell a lie. So I got Trek to Yumi, the deluxe edition. Again, not a chance to open it. I spotted it on, again, might have been eBay actually, I can't remember. It was only about 16 quid or something. And I think this was either on Geordie Slasher or it might have been Eddie. I can't, one of those two showed this one off. And I thought, yep, I should have picked that up when I first saw it. I had my eye on it. It looks really cool. The whole game's in black and white. It's just really awesome. Reminding me a lot of like Shinobi / sort of Kenseiden. So yeah, I hope I get time to play them. Like I say, just life getting in the way of stuff at the minute. Right, okay, so yeah, Christmas presents. So I think a few of you know, played this for a little bit. I'm maybe about, 10 hours in, so I'm probably, maybe halfway. But it keeps, because it's a first-person game, it knocks me a bit nauseous. So I've kind of given it a bit of a break. I might come back to it later in the year, maybe. And the reason for that was I wanted to finish off The Last Faith, which was the game I talked about previously that I backed on Kickstarter, and I managed to get that finished. And I got the good ending, and then I went back because it kicks you back out just before the last bit, luckily, a bit like Blasphemous, really. And then I got the bad ending. And then I was reading, there's this secret ending, and I'd already done everything to get it just by playing the game, fortunately, because I think you can get locked out. So, because I like to play these games and not cheat or anything, I don't really look stuff up. So, hence why they take me so bloody long. But yeah, so luckily I then got the secret ending and fought this final boss that really was brutal. But yeah, I still think it's going to get a physical, so I'll be picking that up next year when it comes out. Okay, back to the pickups. So I also got Hollow Knight on PS4. I had this on Switch, but I just not had a chance to really play it much. I played it a little bit when we went on holiday 2 or 3 years ago on the Switch, and I really enjoyed it. I just need to make time for it. So I thought, right, I'll get it on PS4, and then I've got it on my preferred system then, on the PS5, should I say. So yeah, I think there's some extra DLCs in this one maybe, so hopefully getting a chance to play that when life permits. The wife also picked this one up for me. It's called Andro Dunos 2, is that right? I said that right? Basically, Pedda spotted this one on, I think it was like Amazon, and the missus said, oh, do you want that for Christmas? I'll get it for you. And it was about 14 quid or something. So I was like, yeah, thanks. So, yeah, so thanks, Pedda. Again, when life permits, I'll give it a crack and see if it's any good. It's basically a shoot 'em up. So, my main present for Christmas was the Dark Souls trilogy. I know it's quite dark there. But yeah, Dark Souls trilogy. It's got all 3 games in there. And basically, I installed the first game last weekend. The missus was out. I had a few little bits and pieces to sort out. And then I put it in to install the game. And literally, it got to 100% installed. And all the kids and the family got back. So I still haven't played it. But at least it's installed. And I really want to get... If I joined the 52 Club gaming challenge last year with a view to try and do it this year, and I'm woefully behind, having finished only 1 game. But if I do nothing else, if I finish all 3 Dark Souls games, I'll be a happy man. Yeah, be very pleased with that. They're not easy, so right. So, and then we also got, I picked this up for the kids. It's Goat Simulator 3. And this is the Goat in the Box edition. I'm not going to do a full unboxing or anything, but you do get this, like, the kids loved it. It's like a cuddly goat, and he's got a long tongue, because in the game, you basically throw the tongue out, and you can drag stuff out. It's just absolutely insane. And I saw heaps playing a bit of Untitled Goose Game on last Friday, was it? Or the Friday before, I think. And yeah, basically, he was playing Untitled Goose Game, and it made me think so much of this. I think he would love it. And it's got this really nice steelbook of the game, and it's got the CD soundtrack as well, and you get the game, obviously, and I think some postcards. There's a poster in there, all sorts of goodies. And this, so I actually watched Brian at Since Spacies. Sorry, I'm off camera, aren't I? But I watched Brian off Since Spacies, and he was playing this, and he actually apologised. He said, oh, I don't really have a lot else to play, so I'm just going to give this a go for tonight. And I was like, mate, this looks brilliant. My kids are going to love it. So I looked at the game up, and it was like 20 quid. And then Game had one of these in my local game for, I think it was about 32, and you got all of these extra goodies with it. So I was like, right, I wrapped that up for the kids, stick it in one of their stockings. I'm not joking. The kids, they were fighting over it almost to play it. They absolutely loved it. And we had a good crack and helped the kids do all the tough bits. So we actually completed it as well. So that was a lot of fun. It was a good laugh. So I also picked up, last year now, I picked up these Hit Squad. I think they've been like made up. I don't think they're official. But I got Aliens Neoplasma and Castlevania for the ZX Spectrum. I did try and fire them up, and either they just don't work, and I've been had, or, and I suspect actually they're fine, because they're all, you know, all done up and that. So I suspect they're not just reproductions not ever to be used. But yeah, I suspect it's probably just my specky. And I managed, because I did a video back end of last year about R-Type, and I got some footage of R-Type, but it took an absolute age to get that to load up, like multiple attempts. You putting the tape in, rewinding it, fast forwarding it, pressing play. You know, it's just almost, if I've got like 2 hours to play games, which is hardly ever, by the way, but you just don't want to be fannying around, if you're pardon the expression, messing about trying to get it to bloody work, you know. Anyway, so I've got these. They look pretty cool on the shelf, so I'm just quite pleased with that. I think they're about, I think like a tenner each, maybe. So they weren't cheap, but yeah, can't grumble. So I'll put them there. And then lastly, me, Pedda and Clint, I told the boys about this Double Dragon collection coming out, and it's got all 6 of the first games. Again, not a chance to even look at it yet, but it is pretty cool. I got this from Play Asia, and I also bought this, and because the games were delayed, we got the second batch. I had to wait for this, but this is the early Sega Perfect catalogue, and my buddy James on Twitter bought one of these last year, and it looks amazing. It's got all of the early 8-bit Sega stuff. It's a catalogue of all their products. It wasn't cheap, but it was a bit cheaper getting it from Play Asia. So I picked this up. There's the consoles there. I think it's got Game Gear Master System, Mark III, Mark II, Mark 1, or the SG-1000, should I say, Mark 1, and the SC-3000. So it's got all the hardware, peripherals, games, absolutely everything. It's kind of a bit like, you know, the Sega Master System Compendium thing that came out. So it's a bit like that, and I'm under no disillusions. It'll be in Japanese, but what a really cool. I might do a separate video just for conservation purposes, and I might sort of go through it page by page maybe. Let me know in the comments below if you think you'd like to see that maybe. Yeah, so I've not opened it, just showing off stuff really, guys, so you know I've not disappeared, I've not died. Just absolutely mental at the minute with life, with work. Work is ridiculously busy. We took the house off the market and we're going to stay here now. But sorting stuff out on who's going to have what bedrooms and where stuff's going to go, and I might move my collection. So we shall see. Watch this space. I thought I would just super quick. There are a couple of bits that I just wanted to show off just quick. So I managed to get this printed off at last, and I think I shared it on Twitter. And this is the Golden Axe 3 custom art that Mike Rouse did on his channel, and he showed off on the video him designing it and making it and that. And we never got this game over here. Came out in Japan, but I think it's quite rare. Never grew up with a Mega Drive, so I've still got so much to learn, but I just love this art so much that I went to the cartridge shop up the road, and for like £1 he printed it out for me. And then on, I think it was AliExpress, for like £2 I got a cartridge ordered. Took a few days to get it because it comes, you know, from China and that, but yeah, basically £2 for that, and then £1, yeah, for the for the art. I think it looks amazing. It looks absolutely brilliant, and fair play to him. You know, he did great with it, with this one. As soon as I saw it, I downloaded it from the link that he had, and it just been sat for ages. So finally got round to it. What motivated me to do that was I had a side project that I'm also going to talk about now, and this needed printing as well. So I was on at my mates. I'm not going to give names and I'll explain why as well, but I was on a couple of mates for their help on helping me with a project that I wanted to do. So basically, I'm a big fan of Kajisan. Some people say Kagisan. I think it's Kajisan. Anyway, German guy, very talented developer and ROM hacker on SMS Power. He actually created Flight of Pigarus, Bruce Lee, Baraburu, and a couple of others. He's working on I forget what it's called. I think it's called Sonny the Mermaid, what he's working on at the minute. So really top guy. And basically, I had a spare copy of Master Games 1 that was in terrible shape. You know, you'd have just thrown it away, to be honest with you. It was awful. But with the help of one of my buddies, two of my buddies really, they managed to convert a completely useless car. I mean, it was in awful condition. And I made, and they helped me make, a Kajisan collection cart. So yeah, so this is this is the cart here, and yeah, basically it's got a custom label that my buddy did for me, so super chuffed with that. And you put it in like you do with Master Games 1, and the ROM changes every time you power it on. So this will run Flight of Pigorus, Bruce Lee, and Baraburu, all Kajisan games, which is absolutely brilliant. So it doesn't have, so on Flight of Pigorus, that I think has a battery in the cartridge, because it remembers your last run. It's got a little battery that sits in the thing, and your last run essentially creates the demo on that game. So if anybody's played the game or has the ROM and emulates, they'll know that, and your best run is essentially then saved and stored on the cart as the demo. So it doesn't have that because there's no battery in it, but it does run it absolutely flawlessly, and the other two games as well. And I had a crack at doing my own box art as well. So it's not like I've got a couple of buddies that kind of do this thing already. This is probably the first and probably the last one that I'll do. I just wanted a go at doing it. I ended up using, I was advised to use an application that supported layers, basically, so I could do this. So I found a website. I'll include it in the description below. It was called sketchpad.io. So it's just an online, you open it up in your browser and it's got everything you need. And I was able to make this. It took me a while, even though, you know, I know it's a bit rough and ready, but it is, you know, Kajisan collection. That's what I wanted to do because I'm a fan of his work. It's got the 3 games that I did with the original little pieces of artwork, rather than, I didn't want the newer stuff. I wanted the originals. And then on the back, again, I've done a little bit of blurb on each game with a screenshot of each game as well. So it's like my own version of Master Games, but I just called it the Kajisan collection. So yeah, I definitely recommend people give this a try. Putting the ROMs onto a cartridge, I don't think it's rocket science, but you certainly need the right equipment. I'm fortunate I've got friends that helped me do that part. But even if you just want to have a bit of a laugh and give your own artwork a bit of a crack. I don't have a manual or anything, so I've not learned anything like that. But yeah, I'm just really pleased with how it turned out. And that's it, guys. So yeah, I mean, for now, I don't know how often I'll be posting YouTube videos over the next little while. I try to get them out every week as best I can. But yeah, a lot going on with a lot of DIY in the house over the next few months. The collection is probably going to move this room, which I've never hidden it. It's not a games room, it's the kids' playroom. I've just got this corner and that's it. So we're probably going to rejig all of this. We're going to get a sofa in here. I don't think this lot is going to be here. I think it's probably going to be against that wall that is you can't see. So yeah, just a lot of work to get done to get it, how we want it and how I want it. And I am going to be shifting some of the more modern stuff, the Nintendo stuff as well, on, I think, just to make room for the stuff that I want. I'm going to keep buying and collecting for Master System, of course, as you'd expect. Some Mega Drive games that I want to pick up as well. So we'll see how we go. Anyway, until then, be good, be nice to each other, be kind, and I will see you again soon. Thanks ever so much, guys. So yeah, we've got a bit of an update. Essentially, like, you can see a lot of these boxes are gone now. Just spent the whole day basically going through stuff. So a lot of the boxes are gone, and we've got, I'll try and show you. So we've got, try and show you a box there. That's all going, selling all of that. Some of it goes for a bit as well. And on, just have to excuse the kids making noise in the background, but we've got next to all, like, the wife's books, games. These are all the mod games that have just been in storage for ages. So what I'll do, I might do like a bit of a blog vlog thing. So yeah, might update and do a bit more filming when I get a chance. So yeah, we got a little bit of an update. I've managed to whittle down all of the stuff to 6 boxes. So at the minute, these boxes are in my bedroom. There's just nowhere else to put them. And yeah, it's just stuff I definitely can't sell. Yeah, so there's some cool stuff, you know, that I just don't really want to get rid of. Yeah, it's got too much stuff, haven't we all? So yeah, I've got basically, so yeah, the non-Master System, non-Sega stuff. There is still some Sega in there, but yeah, I might have to find a bit of a home for this. I think what I'll probably do is store it away for a bit longer until I can work out where everything's going to go. And there we are, guys. So yeah, a bit of a mishmash video. I know it wasn't just pickups or whatever, but yeah, just a bit of an update on life, I suppose, and where I'm at. So I've got a lot of decisions to make in terms of the collection. Certainly a lot of the Sega stuff is staying, of course, but whether or not I keep the rest and just put it away for the time being, or I could sell it or raffle it off, I don't know. Probably more of just the modern stuff and the Nintendo stuff, really, but we shall see. I might keep it. Depends if I've got room for it and space for it. Still plan to keep going for all of the Japanese stuff. You can see a lot of them just behind me here, so I definitely want to get that set finished off. But yeah, so that's it, guys. So if you enjoyed the video, I know it's a bit all over the place, but yeah, give me a like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and yeah, I will see you on the next one. Thanks so much.